chilling in my room. It's a Monday morning. I'm ready for the markets. I'm dropping this so you guys can have some fair trades. Alright, welcome back to Vusi Supreme Traders. It's your boy Vusi Max. You already know who this is, my nigga. Come on, man. So I'm here with the fire Forex setups for you guys. I'm sure if you know about Watchlist, you already done your analysis or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Just check out what I'm looking to trade this week. It might be helpful to you. If it is, smash the subscribe button, like the video, comment. Let me know what you think. Any form of feedback I'll appreciate from you guys. Whether you like, subscribe, or comment, it's all good. So in this video, I'm gonna drop a few analysis for you guys. I'm gonna be dropping USDJPY, EURUSD, and USDJPY also. And NAS 100. I know you want the NAS 100. Come on now. So without taking too much of your time, thanks for tuning in. Let's go. So we're gonna look at this chart in a daily time frame. Obviously, we're gonna do a top-down analysis, right? Meaning we're gonna go from the higher time frames, go to the lower time frames, and try to look for potential entries or where we can go, where we can enter trades in, basically into this chart, right? So what I want us to look at, because I realized something, and if you want to see this full analysis of how I got to analyze this the way I did, you're gonna have to go to the past videos, right? Because I've already done this before, but I'm just gonna show you a little bit, I'm just gonna show you minor touches that we're gonna do to adjust the analysis from how it's looking, so it makes more sense now, right? According to what's going on now, right? What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna adjust this trend line that you're seeing here, right? I'm gonna adjust this one, and then basically I'm gonna connect it with the wick at the end of the wick here, just so we aren't drawing our trend line at a place that's lower than where it's supposed to be at, right? So this is how our trend line ends up looking. As you can see, it's way higher now, right? And I'm doing that because, as you can see, this week here, I only joined the chart, the trend line. I only joined the trend line with the first high and the second high at the end of those weeks, right? So now this chart, this trend line isn't really showing us anything that's going on. It's not telling us anything that we want to know about what's going on here, right? So I'm gonna draw another trend line from 2 connected with 3, right? Because this is the first high, this is the second high, this is the third high. I'm gonna go from 1, 2, and then 2 is gonna become my 1, and 3 is gonna become 2. So I'm gonna draw another trend line from there to there. It's gonna look somewhat like this. So this is how our trend line now looks. We have the main trend line, and then we have the sort of sub trend line, right? Which is the alternate trend line that we're having right here, right? So what I'm gonna do now, so this makes more sense, I'm gonna remove this reversal lines that I had before for those selling signals that I got in the past, right? This is what this market looks like now, right? So now we using this trend line that we have here, we can see that this chart, the price right now, this is where it's at. And basically the only thing that can happen here with the USDs is the price can either basically I'm gonna be looking for a close that's outside of this trend line, right? If we break out, I'm gonna look for long positions, right? Long positions meaning I might look into go to this chart and I might look into the smaller time frames to buy into this chart depending on the close. If it's above the trend line, like I'm saying, I'm gonna be looking to buy, and then I'm gonna see how it reacts. So basically now we're at this support resistance level where we're at this point, the second point, the third point, and obviously if the price goes through this part, it'll be interesting to see if we're just gonna break through, or we're gonna have a little bit of what do I call this? Or we're gonna have a little bit of a struggle before the price eventually pulls through. And if it does, then we can look to see if we can rise until we get to the main trend line again, right? But if we don't, we might see a rejection here on the current candlestick. Today's candlestick, we have to see how that's gonna behave, and that's gonna show us if we should look into selling as we'll go lower, or we might even go back to support. So it's all going to depend on how basically today's candlestick behaves, right? So we can go into the smaller time frame. So looking into the smaller time frame, I can't really say there wasn't any strength, because the last H4 candlestick, we're in the H4 time frame now, the last H4 candlestick kind of still had strength. So basically at this point, I'm going to be looking at the current H4 candlestick to see if it can basically close bullish or bearish, and depending on the strength of that candlestick, that's what I'm going to decide if I should go long or go short, right? So now let's go to the next chart, Euro USD, right? So this chart, we're going to start at the monthly time frame, right? So also I wanted to say this first. So I'm doing, like, most of my analysis I've been doing it using my phone, right? So this just goes to show you that you can literally do most of the things that, you know, otherwise, like a couple years ago, we wouldn't be able to do on our phones. But like now, everything is so easy to the point where you can basically analyze this chart, even up to monthly charts, and it all just depends on the kind of phone you have. But for the most part, we're not really limited, right? All it just takes for you is to just, like, you know, check out this higher time frames, and basically you're not restricted. Even if you don't have a laptop, you can still do this thing on your phone, right? So now we're going to look at the Euro USD on the monthly time frame. There's a trend line that we can take from the peak of this chart and join it with either this low or this low, depending on which one really accommodates the whole chart. And then basically you will see that we basically already have a breakout on this chart on the monthly time frame. This is our trend line, right? As you can see from our peak, I'm just gonna move it a bit so that peak is more visible. From our peak right here, right, basically this was back in 2008. That's crazy. That was a long ass time ago. So to find this trend line, you're gonna have to go to the monthly time frame and then connect your trend line with the peak, which is the first high and also the third high, right? And then you're gonna see that it's gonna also make contact with the fourth high, and then now basically we had a breakout. So now we can go to the daily time frame now, right? I want to show you guys something. So now when you go to the daily time frame, we can still see our trend line, but then now when you look at what's going on, right, we had a flag pattern there, right? I'm just gonna draw two lines to show you. So this is the flag pattern that I'm telling you guys, which is a continuation pattern. So usually what that means is if it was an uptrend, like you can see here, and then we start to see a flag formation, it's basically a continuation, and that basically means there's going to be a there's going to be a breakout on the original side of the trend. So since it was an uptrend, then the breakout should be also on the uptrend, right? So now what I'm waiting for right now, if you can look at this, I'm waiting for either this pair, right, to kind of see more bearish momentum until we eventually get to the trend line to retest the trend line. And then once we see any sign of bullish momentum at that zone there, which is the 1.16 zone, right? Once I see any bullish momentum kicking in there, then I'm gonna definitely open a buy position, because you want to find yourself going with the trend. You don't want to find yourself going against the trend if you're a beginner, I mean to say, right? Unless we get to this support level and see at this support level, and then we fail to break below it and we start to see any bullish momentum, that's most probably going to be a signal to go long. But that's going to depend on the type of candlestick that we get at that specific zone. And like, if you want to like get notification and get all these setups, like screenshots and everything directly to your phone, then you want to join the Telegram free channel, like I said in the beginning of the video. All right, let's go. Oh, the USDJPY. Listen, I've been waiting for this chart for the longest time ever, and as you can see, I'm looking at it from a monthly time frame, right? So paying attention to this chart, we had broken out of this consolidation that was like, it took a long ass time, right? It took a very, 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 very long time, and basically it seemed like at some point it did seem like it was gonna continue with the uptrend, but now at this point it seems like we had a breakout to the downside, right? So as you can see, the last monthly candlestick, the June, or is it July? No, I mean the July candlestick closed with so much bearish momentum, and basically we're broken out of this trend line, right? Because basically what was going to happen is either the price is going to break out to the upside, we're going to go long, or break out to the downside, we were going to go short. That's pretty obvious, right? The price like had so much momentum, it seemed like it was just going to close with the long bearish candlestick, but no, it didn't. The price kind of recovered, as you can see here, right? And then basically now I want to take you to the daily time frame so you can get a clearer understanding of this chart. Alright guys, so as you can see, we're the breakout. We're looking at this one on a daily time frame now. We're the breakout, and then we're this very strong bullish candlestick close on Friday, and today's Monday, and this candlestick is already showing that we're at some point we was back inside the consolidation period, or the correction, or whatever you want to call it, depending on which strategy you use, but it's the same thing. So now the price was very bullish, but at the moment right now it's looking like a rejection, a massive rejection. So let's go to the H4, then you might show you something even extra special, right? So looking to the H4 time frame, we already seem like we're getting some action here, guys, because as you can see, we came back to the this was our breakout, and it didn't seem like it was gonna just keep dropping and dropping and dropping, but that just never happens. It is to be expected. But check this out, right? So now we're back at the trend line. We do see that here at this point we kind of had a little bit of friction between buyers and sellers, but the sellers were stronger than the buyers, and then now the buyers was trying to pull the price back into this correctional phase, or this consolidation phase, right? And then now I'm seeing this bearish candles, because we looked at it in the daily time frame, and basically that was showing, it was basically showing signs of rejection to the trend line. So now in the H4, it does seem like it's bearish momentum, right? It does seem like a very low risk to high reward trade, because you can basically use this as resistance, and since we're rejecting resistance, we can just sell, have our SL there at the end of this week, and then expect the price to go back to this zone, right? And depending on the strength, you can either have your TP there, or you can just let it run, because on the higher time frames, if it's a breakout to the downside, then it still has a long way to go, because there was a monthly chart. But just to be on the safe side, you can still have your TP there. All right, so let go. Wait, hold up. Wait. You thought I was gonna put the NAS 100 analysis and all the signals in this video? Come on, man. That's for my signal. That's for the Supreme VIP signal. It's only $15 or 250 rands. All you gotta do is subscribe to those, and then you're gonna get the NAS 100, because you know that's where the money's at, guys. So I can't drop the NAS 100 things here, because the VIPs ain't gonna feel like VIPs, you know what I'm saying? So alright, man, thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe. Like I said, you should have done that at the beginning of the video. Alright, I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Peace out.